So, back from the journey, to be greeted by my little bunny friend over there. And okay, from the start. My journey through the darkness to the beach, on the boat, across the sea, to Ireland, and then landing on some random shore in Ireland. I basically did my kind of 7-league boots, like hopping across the landscape to the centre. And I came straight here, but I came from back the way, not from up above where the hill and all that are. So I came straight down here. And this place looked exactly the same without the swing. And when I came from here, that tree, a figure kind of unmelted out of it, the only way I can describe it, and like formed, coalesced out of the tree. And she was, well, it was female presenting, kind of short, spiky hair, like choppy kind of hair. Slim and tall and dressed in fur, rabbit fur. And was very annoyed with me because apparently I'd been ignoring signs and she'd been trying to get in touch with me for a while. And I was shown quite clearly where we had done a site visit to a bull on stone a couple of months ago. I can't remember what month that was, one of the Patreon site visits. And as we were coming out of that site visit, there was a dead rabbit in our path. And apparently that was her upping the ante to try and get my attention. And I was politely ignoring her. She is my point of contact, apparently. And as I was looking at her, my brain was, obviously my conditioning was trying to fill in like, ooh, friend of rabbits, you know, like some fucking, she has some like rabbit relationship spirit. And she very quickly corrected me and showed me an image effectively of her, like as if she was feeding off live rabbits. So she kind of like, she turned and her face just was like full of blood, and she had like a rabbit leg kind of in her face, and she had been feeding off it. And I was like, but like live rabbits, like why is it not rabbit corpses? And she showed me that that was in her world. And then in this world, she showed me an image of like underground, kind of in a warren, and it was like just like a pile of rabbit bodies, basically, that were just stiff and dead. And so in her world, she was, you know, eating the meat and drinking the blood, but in this world, it was just, you know, draining the life energy out of them. Or they kind of went to this place that was hers underground to die. They were drawn there, and she fed off them that way. And that's why she wears the skins, or that's why she appears to wear the skins. And I really, like, she uses them, so it's not like some kind of happy symbiotic relationship. It's that they are hers, and, you know, they're her food, they're her toys, they're her eyes and ears. And then I come back, and this one is literally sitting there looking at me still. Just looking at me. Just doing his rabbit thing, just watching me. So, then to, once we had those kind of parameters established, on then to her telling me why she was looking for me for a significant amount of time, and I had been blithely ignoring it. And not just her, but she was representative. She seems to be a daughter of royalty, or some upper, I don't know, it was unclear, but she is the daughter of somebody important in the She, because I was asking her name and she said that that's all I needed to know for now, that she was of the line of somebody important. So I think I interpreted daughter, but it was of the line of is closer to how she communicated it. And it was like a matriarchal figure. It was I won't say queen because that wasn't what I heard, but that would be close maybe to the impression she was trying to give me. I don't know. That bit wasn't crystal clear, and it felt like I wouldn't understand maybe the details, so I didn't get the details. And as to why, she was speaking for the She, and this sounds incredibly arrogant maybe, but I have basically been given a seal of approval on the work that I'm doing, the sovereignty work and the sites work and the education work, because humans are fucking stupid. And the other crowd are getting more and more pissed off with the ridiculousness, and the work that I was doing was helping when it came to the Irish traditions. And this sounds really not where I want to be as I'm saying it, but I'm honestly relating my experience, so take it as you will. So I basically got their seal of approval, but also they were claiming their share of the work that I was doing, that I had to dedicate a part of it. There was definitely an acknowledgement of it's bigger than them, and it's definitely bigger than me, but it's also bigger than them, as in they're part of those that benefit. And I got the impression of deities and the sovereignty of Ireland specifically, and ancestry and all sorts of other things in the mix there, which happen to be all the things I think about and teach about and talk about in my work. So that makes sense, I suppose. But that they were claiming their due in that. And so I'm to keep going as I'm going. Daimler got a seal of approval as well, and that was something that us working together and collaborating was something that they were definitely in favour of, because we speak two different sections, but we're speaking the same message, was the impression that I got. And I say impression like this is communication, it's like a download, is how it happens. But so I'm to continue collaborating with Morgan Daimler and to continue doing the work that I'm doing. They didn't have any fucking helpful suggestions or anything for how to do it better or, easier. It's just like, no, carry on, but, part of this is ours, you're claiming. So I am to develop my relationship with this She being in particular. I do not get her name yet, but that will come maybe over time if I earn it, I suppose, according to her attitude. And the last thing was I will have to produce a book at some point specifically on the fairy lore of Ireland, which is something I really don't want to do. Really, really don't want to do. But yeah. And then I came back And there's a rabbit watching me to make sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, I suppose. So, how was your day?